it's a real thing. Intro, let's go with another flow. Ain't your average entertainment show. More to entertainment than what's on the screen. Connecting dots on what you see.
As we bring our coverage to an end of the Arrowverse, we talked about Arrow, we talked about The Flash, and when Darryl and I left you, we said we're going to wrap it up talking about Supergirl. What are your thoughts about Supergirl? Let us know and communicate with us. Like, share, all the other great things when it comes to this episode. So without any further delay, I'm going to still try to keep Darryl in his shot. He keeps on moving, man. Stop moving, man. So let's bring on my great friend, Darryl A. Darryl's back. See, I scared him. I startled him. Darryl, we're back. We'll talk about Supergirl right now in this season of Supergirl. What did you think of Agent Liberty? What did you think of Jimmy or James getting some powers? Lena Luthor now ticked off now at Kara. She's going to seem like go down the dark side of the force. What do you think about it?
Okay, start with Agent Liberty. I think it was an interesting storyline. I have questions about the humanizing of him in that episode, in his origin episode. Many questions. I don't know. I think we maybe went a little bit too long with him. Obviously, once he finds out that he's been played, things go a little crazy. I think it was a relevant storyline. I think it definitely needed to be there. Obviously, there's all the parallels with the current world about hating the other and what that sort of hate can do when it's organized and used, when that fear is used. So I thought that was interesting. But yeah, I remember you also had Manchester Black, and that went nowhere.
And I'm a big David Angela fan.
Nowhere. And that guy, and he came in, and it was an excellent character. But in the end, when he's killed,
that was kind of anticlimactic. I was like, is he really dead, or are they with him to another zone?
I was wondering, is he really there for like a good 3 episodes? I went, no, okay, he's actually dead. They've finished it and decided to do this thing to give John, I don't know, crisis of conscience.
Yeah. And then,
I know that's.
What'd you think about the Red Daughter and the Lex Luthor dynamic and everything? It was good to see Ducky back from Pretty in Pink. Him playing Lex Luthor. But what'd you think about just that storyline?
It felt too crammed, and I felt like we didn't need like the Kaznia, the Kaznia like training video when she's like throwing the missiles around and stuff. We didn't need that, and then literally like 6 episodes of nothing about her, and then we came back to her. That pacing was all bad because literally I'd watch like after shows about it, and we'd literally every episode would be, where's the other Supergirl? What's the other Supergirl doing? And in the 24 episode thing, they should have left it, maybe seeing the first glimpse of her at Christmas or something.
Yeah.
We just didn't need it then. And they never really properly explained how she came to be. Because like we've seen what happened the other time that a Kryptonian used Howard Hell, and it definitely wasn't that. You definitely didn't have 2 Supergirls both capable of using their powers. So they never really explained it, which seems strange to me. And then they had the merge, and it seems like Supergirl got a bit stronger, and that wasn't explained. And
No,
it was an interesting idea, very badly carried out.
Yeah, tell me how you really feel, Darryl. Don't hold back. Let me know how you really feel. But you know what? And this is the positive thing of the season that I liked. When it came to Agent of Liberty, I liked the way that they exposed just how you can have this one guy who has this prejudice, but you have his son who sees his father, who has this evil intention, and his son didn't want to have any part of it. I really cheered when that episode came, when he kind of turned against his father. I also like the way we got a chance to see Jimmy's sister, and her. You get a backstory about her and Jimmy and their father's death. I thought that was well played in there. One thing that blew me away, and I had a conversation with my wife about this when Brainy was first introduced to Supergirl. I said, Brainy is evil. What is he doing this? But then you see the final episode. You saw the real Brainy that you and I know from the comic books come out.
Well, the thing is, there's Brainiac 5 of League of Superheroes, who's usually a good guy, and there's obviously the Brainiac that we know, the evil world collector that he alludes to when he says my ancestors were evil collectors and they were ruthless. So that's the thing. So he is his character. He is a good guy, and I think they did say I don't know for sure, so don't quote me on this, but I do think the Legion of Superheroes start out fighting him, and then they recruit him as he starts to learn more about being human and stuff. And he does make reference to the fact, I think last season, that before what's his name finds him, before Mon-El finds him and befriends him, that he was doing bad things. He just sort of says that I think he said that he was being rebellious or something, but he never sort of don't tell you much about it.
Right.
Yeah.
One relationship I was glad to see go was the Mon-El and Supergirl relationship. I just wasn't feeling it. Maybe because secretly I want her and Jimmy to get together, and all that. But I just wasn't feeling that relationship. So I was glad to see that relationship go. And one thing about the new head of the DEO. Again, you start to see how life imitates art, where in that episode or in that show, you see like a call to action to maybe ones in different governments, how they can have a conscience and say, hey, this is not right what we're doing to this segment of the population. And I think seeing something like that got us to think about some things.
Maybe. To be honest, the thing about her, I think General Haley, was it?
Yes.
She just seemed all over the place. It's like we saw in the first few episodes, okay, she's definitely a bad guy. And then she'll just go, then she disagree with them and be all chill for an episode. I'd be like, wait, what? What? And then she'd go back to being really, all about the rules and being ruthless and shutting Alex down, whatever she says. So I didn't know what to think of her, whether to think of her as a potential ally or more of a threat.
I felt the same way.
I feel like I'm being it sounds like I'm being super, super, super negative on Supergirl. It's not. It's actually, I would probably say I probably enjoyed this show the most out of all of them, of all the Arrowverse this season, slightly more than Flash, and that has to be because of Dreamer.
Oh yeah.
Check it. It's just so
Dreamer's
good.
dynamic. Yeah. And
she's just amazing. It's just it's a breath of fresh air. Dreamer feels like season 1 Supergirl on CBS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She feels like that Kara.
Right. That's true. And and going back to General Haley,
full of hope.
And going back to General Haley, I totally understand what you're talking about. And I think it was that one episode when Alex kind of touched at her heartstring and talked about her daughter. And I think that's when you saw General Haley becoming that ally, but I think she saw that eyes might have been watching her after the EO, so she couldn't be as much out there about how much she's going to be an ally with Supergirl and Alex and everything.
I know, maybe. But then we have to go back to when she had everybody interrogated.
Oh, she was cold-blooded, man. She was she was ruthless, man. She was like one of them sisters I grew up with, man. She wasn't playing.
Brainy erasing the Supergirl's identity and putting it on a timer.
Yeah.
And then, when it comes out, he goes, what? Supergirl? Supergirl, yeah, Kara is Supergirl. And it's just that one of those little really funny things that just sticks with me.
Yeah, and
I really love whenever Brainy's on screen. He does that comedy thing. He does that comedy thing so well.
He does.
I like it because he does his thinking on the inside, on the outside. It's like, because what he does, he's like thinking about whether or not he's in love with Dreamer, so like how to be a friend, just how to figure. Everyone has an internal monologue, but they keep it on the inside.
Now, can he and Dreamer be related? Because remember, he wouldn't say why he wouldn't get at her.
But no, because they're definitely, they're very different species. With her being half human, and him being, I forget what the actual brain race is called. So I don't think it's okay. They're related.
He's a Castian, right? We take it back to when he was on Defiance, right?
Yeah. It's, oh man, I remember that. It's just like, yeah, I remember the first. I loved that show.
Yeah, he was Alec.
I was like,
yeah, I loved his character on there. He's Alec, like the DJ guy.
Yeah, DJing on the arc. Yeah,
he was funny. And, one episode that really just made me just really fall in love with Lex's character, man, was, I think it was the last episode of the season when he's like blowing up. I think it was, what was it? Wasn't Croatia?
The Cassian?
Yes, and he's singing "My Way." I'm like, that just shows how diabolical he was, but it was funny though, man.
This guy is crazy. He's also crazy smart, but he's crazy. Because flying around his Lexo suit and his superpowers, just blowing up stuff.
Yeah. So let's talk about like the cliffhangers that they left us with. We thought Lex was dead because Lena busted a cap in him. But
yes, that's one way of putting it.
And then Lena gets upset. And you know what? This is what frustrated me about this season. Kara had many opportunities to tell Lena she was Supergirl. Just say it. Oh no, I got it. Just say it. I'm Supergirl.
Yeah, let me tell this like 21-year-old reporter girl I literally just met. I know nothing about. Instead of telling Lena Luthor, who has saved my life on several occasions, who fixed the air of Earth when it was irradiated with kryptonite, for me, nah. There's no point telling. Why would you tell her? It does. That's the thing. Obviously, we see why it's there. We see the normal. It's a thing that happens. I mean, it happened it happened in Smallville, where everyone else knew who Clark was, except for Lex, and the effect it happens that when Lex finds out, the pushback. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for me when someone as intelligent as Alex would say to Thing that putting off such a major truth after just having her memory restored, putting off such a major truth for another day is the best course of action. That's the thing. This is what happens when you have a plot and you have to force the characters to work within that plot, because it doesn't make sense to me. And I feel like just Kara, she even says it. She even says that guilt is killing her. She's been lying to this girl for, I don't know, it must be maybe a couple of years now, or at least more than a year. And it just seems. It just doesn't make any sense. And to be honest, you see, at the end when she came in when they were doing the board game thing, I swear to God, I thought she was going to pull a gun out and start blaring away. Yeah, because like everyone there knows who Kara is, and she just looks so mad.
Yeah,
she just looks like, whoa, something bad's about to happen.
Well, you know what, Darryl? That's that look when your girl knows that you've been foul. And she come in the room and everybody, you like, hey, honey, how you doing? She looking at you like, I didn't know what you done did. Everybody else didn't know what you done did except for me, but I know I'm gonna get you. That's how that look was.
Yeah, and it's just it's the thing that hurts me is that it's as Lex lays it out so eloquently. Everybody else in it's pretty much your family. Everybody else knows. Everybody. You know your boyfriend? You know your boyfriend who died and you saved? He knows. He couldn't be bothered to tell you. Oh, it's wild.
Well, you know
It's
what?
completely.
It's going to be next season. Is going to be bananas, man. You know it's going to
I
be
think it's back. Remember, you can look back to remember, yeah, Monel's first season
right.
when Monel's mother basically fooled Lena
Mm-hmm.
into helping her invade the Earth.
Right.
So so that same woman who, because someone lied to her, she almost helped just conquer the world. You're going to keep a big secret from her. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. There's no reason at all why she should react badly to this.
Yeah. And then we look at Lex. We know the monitor came and got Lex, so we can assume that
So I
Lex
guess
is
he revives him, and
yeah. So Lex is going to be
he needs
around,
it.
and then
I think when we see what the crisis is, it's not. I don't think it's going to be quite what we expect,
hmm
because at first it sounds sort of like there's something coming, where I think it's more of it sounds like something like a person might be coming or a monster, but it seems something more than that. It seems like it might be one of the. I assume it might be um, converging all of the 52 worlds, or 53 because Earth X is a thing, into one. I think it might be something like that.
well,
But we'll have to.
I hope crisis doesn't mean Bebo. Bebo. Oh, Bebo never comes back, man.
No, if Bebo is invading, we're done.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's it from all the shows.
Yeah, we don't want to see Bebo.
Can't beat Bebo.
So, who do we think is going to be some cameos in the crisis? I know probably Batwoman, right? She might be cameo in the crisis.
Yeah, I think she should be. Yeah, I suspect we'll might have the original Flash actor.
Mm-hmm.
I think he might. I think he'll probably come back playing some version of other Flashes. Um, I think you might get some callbacks. Maybe we'll get Oliver's friend who turned up in the episode where he gets buried.
Oh, Tommy Merlin. Yeah.
Yeah, Tom. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
You think about Wally West? Think Wally West is going to show up?
I've read a few things that suggest that him and Violet Bean will make appearances, but I'm not sure. That's just rumors. Because there seems to be rumor that all the species will lose their powers.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, you would need to have some more species to make that. But yeah, I mean, I'm hopeful. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really happy that Legends, despite I know I talk quite bad about Legends, but that's just me. Is like I don't like when you mix comedy and superhero stuff that hard, because I feel it makes you compromise the characters too much.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can look at like I can remember Ray in Arrow, and that's nothing like the Ray that's on Legends.
Speaking of him, did you know he was just on an episode of Blackish? That blew me away, man. He was on an episode of Blackish.
I don't watch the show, but
Okay, if you get a chance, check it out. He had a little bit longer hair, and I was like, that's Ray Palmer. So check it out. And he was more serious than the Ray Palmer on DC Legends, and he was on Blackish. So.
serious. Bebo is more serious than the Ray Palmer on let's be honest.
Yeah, so we'll devote another show talking about Bebo and the Legends and things like that. But Darryl, thanks for joining me talking about the Arrowverse and everything. Anything else you want to throw out there before I let you go?
I would if, like me, you've come to the end of the Arrowverse and you're like, I know what to watch now. I would suggest there's a show on Netflix that came out maybe a couple weeks ago called The Society, and it's about a group of high schoolers, I guess like high school seniors around that, who find themselves in their town alone with no adults or anyone else around and nowhere to get in contact with anyone. And it's called The Society, and it stars Catherine Newton, who you'll know from Supernatural. So I would say I'd recommend that. It's excellent. It's about 10 episodes, and it's probably one of the best things I've watched this year.
Awesome.
So something to to watch while you wait until October for all the shows to come back.
Sounds good. With Darryl, looking forward to catching up with you again, my friend. We'll chop it up again, all right?
Okay.
A huge shout out to my friend and colleague from Hollywood News Source, Darryl Lay, senior editor over there. Some great things that he covers for the site. Some great stories. Make sure you check it out. Check out all the great things happening on HollywoodNewsSource.com. Continue to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, all the pages out there. Connect with me, PaulAmadeusLane.com. Until next time, take care, folks.